Hello, and welcome to the IAGG World Congress. I'm Jack Rowe, outgoing president of IAGG, and it's a pleasure for me to provide you with a brief overview of the status of the organization as we transition from the Secretariat in the United States to its base now in Argentina. Despite the pressures of the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused a one-year delay in the World Congress, the organization has continued to prosper. We are financially stable, and I would like to express my appreciation and that of the entire Secretariat to the Columbia Aging Center at Columbia's Mailman School of Public Health for the very substantial support they have provided IAGG during this difficult time. In addition to being financially stable, the organization is growing. We have recently added 5 new members by vote of the council, and thus we have welcomed the Dutch Association of Geriatric Medicine, the Geriatric Science Society or Association of Turkey, the Finnish Society for Growth and Aging Research, the Italian Society of Hospital and Territory Geriatrics, and the Australian-New Zealand Society for Geriatric Medicine. And I'm pleased to report that additional organizations have recently expressed interest in joining IAGG. In addition, our programs have been maintained during this period of time. The United Nations program under the lead of Secretary General Tony Antonici has been particularly active and productive, and our social and research programs and regional programs have continued. Perhaps most notable is the development of a new educational program by Dr. Jean-Pierre Michel and Dr. Ari from Japan, which is a very innovative online education program for healthcare professionals in geriatric medicine. This is off to a great start and has true potential for broadening our educational programs to a global perspective. In addition, I'd like to mention one specific new effort that we've undertaken. The World Health Organization came to IAGG at the end of last year asking if we would put together a group that could provide them with a definition of a geriatrician that they could use in conjunction with their very ambitious and robust program in the decade of healthy aging. We did that and offered our work to WHO, which they were happy to adopt. And based on that experience, they've come back to IAGG asking us to also develop working definitions of geriatric nurse practitioner, geriatric social worker, and other roles. And that effort will be supervised by the new Secretariat in Buenos Aires. There is a symposium today after the opening sessions of the World Congress, which is dedicated to this WHO IAGG effort on definition of a geriatrician. And I recommend that to you for those of you who have particular interest in that area. Lastly, on behalf of Secretary General Antonici and our treasurer, Dr. Angel, and our staff, Aaron Burke-Lever, I would like to express our deep appreciation to all of you who have worked with us and supported us, especially not only during the 4 years of the Secretariat, but in addition during this extra year that we've been working together. And I wish all of you in Buenos Aires and the new Secretariat great success. And we look forward to working with you going forward. Thank you very much.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Felix Eduardo Najim. I am a doctor and geriatrician. I am master in social gerontology. I am president of Argentine Gerontological Association, AGA, also president 2022 World Congress of Gerontology and Geriatrics IAGG 2022, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Distinguished member of committee, President Dr. John W. Rhodes, General Secretary Dr. Tony Antonucci, Treasurer Professor Jacqueline Angel, former President Dr. Heun Bon Shah, President-elect Dr. José Ricardo Jauregui, General Secretary-elect Dr. Miguel Ángel Acánfora, Treasurer-elect Licenciada Graciana Nayim, Treasurer-elect Dr. Matías Manzotti, Regional President of Europe, Mario Barbagallo, Asian a Oceania, Praser Asantayay, África, Isabela Aboderín, North American, Kenneth Madden, South American and Caribbean, Fernando Bota. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the great honor as president of this IAGG 2022 Virtual Congress to represent Argentina and the governmental and non-governmental organization that accompany us in this great gerontological adventure that we started together in 2013 in Seoul, South Korea, where we obtained the place for the IAGG 2021 World Congress in Buenos Aires. But the COVID pandemic has determined its postponement to 2022. This pandemic has forced us to make very important changes in the organization of this World Congress. That is why the Argentine Society of Gerontology and Geriatrics, in a joint effort with the Argentine Gerontological Association, have organized this IAGG 2022 World Congress and have decided to hold it in virtual mode in order to safeguard the health of all participants and their families. It is essential that the medical and non-medical community who care about the elderly have their space to be able to exchange their experiences. For this reason, we give a warm and virtual welcome to all professionals from the multiple disciplines relating to aging that are joining us, and thank them for their presence, hoping to update and exchange knowledge and experiences in this World Congress. Academic commitment, the action established to achieve knowledge, research in the field of knowledge, and equity in the promotion of biopsychosocial well-being of the elderly are the pillars that will accompany us during these days. Last but not least, we want to thank the current authority of the IAGG and those who will receive the gerontological torch from our hands in Holland in 2026. On my behalf and on behalf of the organizing committee, I invite you to participate in this meeting. And remember, old age is the present of some and the future of all. Thank you very much.
Good morning to everybody all around the world. I greet you cordially from Buenos Aires, Argentina. As the International Association of Gerontology and Geriatrics begins its 18th term, I am sincerely delighted and honored to serve as the IAGG's president for the next 4 years. On the heels of a successful conference hosted by the Argentinian Gerontological Society and the Argentinian Gerontological and Geriatric Society, I would like to express my deep appreciation for Felix Nallin, 22nd World Congress President, and his planning committee members, as well as all the members of our societies who make their best effort. It is well known by all that humanity is going through a moment of unusual difficulty. New in this era, surely, the most important socio-sanitary crisis in what is going on in the 21st century, and unfortunately, fatal for many older persons all around the world. Its impact has no precedence, and the effects on the elderly population still, to my understanding, has not been seen entirely. More than 500 million of people were affected, and more than 6 million died, mostly older persons, since the pandemic began. Sociosanitary structures failed to face this crisis in several countries. Older persons have not been well supported. Ageism vision was predominant in our way of taking decisions, and discrimination, again, this is a predominant constant at the time of delivering services. All the gerontologists experience some kind of this situation. Now, in a new normality post-pandemic era, that concern still remains, and pandemia is not only a sanitarian problem, but an humanitarian one. In this context, the AGG must hold its most important event this year. This will be a great challenge for Argentinian organizing societies and, of course, for the AGG. Unfortunately, face-to-face traditional meeting was impossible to be done. I wish a successful Congress which can be attended by all possible members from everywhere around the world. We will do our maximum effort so that we can, as always, join the most relevant scientific advances, analyze the situation of older adults in every place in the world, especially those most vulnerable, for people with Alzheimer's disease or for those who are living in residencies during this pandemic time. Because of this, now we all must be more united than ever, working for older persons. Perhaps it is useful to remember to all of us which are our EAGG aims and purposes. First, to promote gerontological research in the biological, medical, behavioral, and social fields by member organizations, and to promote cooperation among these organizations. To promote training highly qualified persons in the field of aging, to promote and assist the arrangement for holding the International Congress of Gerontology in intervals decided by the Council. Of course, remember that we are a non-profit organization. And finally, to promote accessory and without being detrimental for the first purpose, that is a scientific and pedagogic one, the interest of the gerontological organization in all questions pertaining to foreign or international matters. Remember, to all of the members of the association will undertake to carry out the aims of the association by all means at their disposal. We can better do the job. So, we are now in a complex situation where more than 2.5 million of older persons in crisis and pandemia, you see the numbers, challenging most societies, and visualize a clear future is not easy to attempt. Possibly, we should have a more comprehensive work, respecting human rights, having more organized societies, taking into account all ages, etc. But in my point of view, we have not advanced much. No background change has occurred. Slowly, invisibility is happening, and think and discuss the enormous impact of the older person had the last 2 years seems not be an important issue to be avoided. So, organizations like us are obligated to foster all forces to fight against this real giant of gerontology, ageism. We must be committed with this. Must not lower our arms and firmly work for a real change, fulfilling our purposes. Everyone can attend the conferences of our most relevant researchers, teachers, academics, and professionals from all over the world at the meeting that join us to continue advocating for dignity, respect, health, and right of older persons, building bridges between the different actors of society, the governmental sector, the non-governmental one, as the third sector, the NGOs, the industry-related, and the press. As final remark, ask all of you to participate in our organization. Ask you to spare the gerontological knowledge everywhere, principally in least developed countries, face the new challenge together. We are committed to be there and support all the actions in the world to promote a safe, active, and healthy aging. As we embark on a new term, I would like to thank the outgoing administration and executive officers for their invaluable contribution to AGG's success during the past 4 years, while extending a warm welcome to the member of the AGG new executive committee and its growing membership. It is my privilege to serve with you as we accept the challenge of taking the organization to new heights. Thank you all for your many contributions to the field of aging and for advancing in the positive influence of the very important organization in the beginning of the launch of the United Nations Healthy Aging Decade. I want to thank you very much indeed again. Let's work to do this a reality. Again, I really wish we all have a great Congress. Thank you very much.